specify at the beginning of this press conference that this is an ongoing investigation. And I want to start off with saying things are not always as they appear. I know that you all have most of the information related to the PC statement, so I'm going to start going into some facts that we have, and then I'll take questions. Both Facebook postings that appeared that everyone has copies of were authored by Gypsy. As we dig into this further, we'll have more information regarding the details. I want to make a statement to use caution in donating money to this family at this time, as we have unearthed the appearance of a long financial fraud scheme along with this tragic event. It appears, as you all know, when we put out the age of Gypsy, it appears that there is several date of births that have been used over a period of time, ranging from the age of 19 to 23, and we will dig into that further to find the exact correct one. We have investigators working on that. We also know that she can walk without assistance or a wheelchair, and she can do that very well. We really don't know the true background of this family. We've received information that they are Hurricane Katrina victims, as you all have, but we have not confirmed that. This is a tragic, tragic event surrounded by mystery and public deception. I want to say thanks to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Office and to Sheriff Severson, who has been an invaluable resource to the Greene County Sheriff's Office as we've proceeded through this investigation. We are at a point now that the prosecutor has filed charges this morning for first-degree murder on 2 suspects. You have that information. We also have booking photos to pass out to the media of when both of these 2 suspects were booked in. We do appreciate the public's assistance in this entire case. We received a lot of background information. A lot of information has come forward, and we appreciate everyone's assistance through this tragic event, and I'll take questions.
How do you believe Gypsy and the other suspect got to Wisconsin? And we read that they took a yellow cab from the house, but where from there?
They had taken a bus.
How did they meet?
You know, we're still investigating the extent of the relationship, but it has been referred to as boyfriend-girlfriend, and I can't give you an exact way of how they met, but this investigation is still ongoing. We'll have further information on that.
Do you know more of the timeline now of when the murder occurred?
You know, we do have a timeline. We know that they were here in Springfield for at least probably 1 to 2 days after the murder had taken place. And there is video footage of them, several different businesses here in Springfield before they departed.
Was it a Greyhound bus or?
It was a. I would assume it would be, because I think that's the only bus station we have here.
What's going to happen to Dee Dee now, the mother? When's her funeral going to be? Do they have other family?
Yeah, I don't have all the details on that as of yet. Dee Dee has been separated from their family for at least 16 years for various reasons, as some of you have unearthed by doing some research, but there's not a lot of family contact. And it really goes back to a lot of deception with family and everyone else, and so there's a separation there.
Can you go into more about that financial fraud, what you've learned?
You know, I can't specifically, other than if you, in the investigation, there were several $1,000s in cash stolen that she had in a safe, and we know that they received a lot of GoFundMe accounts. There was some other accounts set up and some other things that we're looking into. But as I said at the beginning, things are not always as they appear. And we don't know the extent of the fraud, but it seems pretty lengthy.
Did Dee Dee orchestrate the fraud, or was it Gypsy?
Well, we will look into that and see. There's a lot of things that Dee Dee is deceased, so there's not a lot of things that we really need to dig up there specifically for the case. But we do know that there just seems to be a long pattern from being in a wheelchair to getting people to assist them with finances and things like that. And that's why I caution anyone at this point not to put money in their accounts until we kind of figure out the extent of their deception.
So Dee Dee was not disabled either?
Well, I can't comment on that specifically right now.
We have a question on the timeline because it kind of goes back and forth with him and her. Did she confess in Wisconsin and then you were waiting for your deputies to get there? The timeline between you talking to him and her is kind of muddled.
Right. The sheriff's office up there did not speak to them. They waited until detectives arrived. We tried to get a private charter flight out, but due to financial costs, we couldn't get up there as quick as we wanted. So we had to book a commercial flight for the detectives to fly up. As soon as they were up there and they were able to interview both and also assist in the processing of